What's up? Welcome back. I'm 16 days away from my due date. So for the last few weeks, I have been doing a new routine, which has been helping me get a lot of stuff done that I need to get done for work so that once baby comes, whenever he decides to come, I'll be able to take a back seat a little bit. I had a call with my midwife yesterday, so that was the other thing I did. One of the things that we went over is just kind of what I can expect post-delivery. I did get asked in the Koze community whether or not I was going to be sharing my labor experience, and I am. I'm going to document it, emphasizing more on my body and like what I'm going through and a little less emphasis on my baby. I mean, I'm going to obviously share him with you and I'll show you guys him once he's born, share his name, but that'll be it, and then share with you the recovery. So one of the things that we went over yesterday is what I can kind of expect in terms of recovery, and these are things that I genuinely did not know going into pregnancy. Fun fact, post-delivery, you can't do housework or drive, or you shouldn't be doing housework or driving or cooking or any lifting or really be on your feet for much longer than like 30 to 45 minutes for at least 2 to 3 days. Basically, my midwife said for those first 2 to 3 days after delivery, I'll be in bed. Throughout pregnancy for like 9 months, your hormones are just gaining, whether it's estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, all of these hormones, even oxytocin, which you will get oxytocin from breastfeeding, but basically those plummet as soon as you deliver your baby. And so sometimes you can also kind of get like a week of feeling really emotional, like your hormones are trying to restabilize. It's just a chaotic time. She really kind of helped me gauge that. And then after those 2 to 3 days, I should be healed enough to be able to do some light stuff. That can actually last up to 2 weeks. It's really going to depend on how fast my body heals. But again, I'm planning on at least sharing some of that. I'm ahead in terms of content creation. It's just getting everything edited and uploaded and scheduled is always most difficult because editing takes the longest time, then throw on top of uploading here with the Wi-Fi that we have. It's definitely like filming and getting things created is never an issue. It's getting them edited and uploaded. That's the issue. So anyway, we'll see. I have a list. I've kept everything listed out nice and neat in my bullet journal. In fact, I'll tell you all the lists I've made. I have a list of the nesting checklist, so all the stuff I want to get done that's within my control in the house. Renovations are clearly not within my control, but things like organizing the office or cleaning out the fridge are. A general to-do list that isn't to do with the house, so things that I just need to get done. Baby needs, so just the last few things we need to get for our baby, which actually we pretty much have everything, so I'm feeling really good there. My birthing plan to do, so things I need to do to get ready for delivery, and baby to do, which is like, again, just things we need to do to prep for the baby, which the only thing I really need to do is just make sure I sterilize and clean everything that's baby related. Today I have a nice good dose of energy, which is cool. So I'm not gonna nap today. So instead, I want to build this. This is a rocking chair, our rocking chair for upstairs in the loft, which is still under renovation and still not done yet. But we did get a rocking chair to put in that loft or even in our bedroom until the loft is ready that I'll use probably for breastfeeding and stuff throughout the night. So this is the chair that's going upstairs and I really want to build it. And then I'll just get Ryan to carry it upstairs. Hopefully it's not too heavy.
I was on its way out. I wasn't sober and I was thinking out loud. I spoke of your bravery, your wit and audacity of coming over and letting go of it all. Please move close to me.
It's been a few days since I've checked in with you guys. It is currently Tuesday. Got my car ready, so I cleaned out my car, vacuumed my car, wiped down my car, put in the car seat, strung the lights back up so that he has something that's kind of like something sensory for him So I wrapped all the lights around, which they'll flash during the day, like when I take them for drives and such. And I can't remember what else I showed you, but we've been up to a lot these last few days. I had a couple messages come in when I had initially mentioned that I was planning on doing a home birth that weren't negative, but they were just very like high anxiety, high fear, telling me their experiences of people they knew that had really terrible outcomes. And I just, as much as I appreciated that because I knew that their intention was really good, I don't want to take that on. I don't want to take that in, you know, like I'm really comfortable with my decision. I have thought it out. I have talked it out. I have made my decision. So I haven't talked about it too much since then, which was in the first trimester. So my midwife had to come check out the house, check out the situation, drop off my papers and such, because it could happen any day now. She did do a check and I'm not dilated or anything yet. And she, like my cervix is like halfway to the point it needs to be before it'll start to dilate. So I'm thinking that I have at least another week, maybe 2. Could go late though, because it's my first baby, so you never know. Could have 2 weeks, could have 3 weeks, but he'll be here by at least September, like 9th would be the latest, I think. So we'll see how much work I can get done today.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. For better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shores right in front of
us. So it is 6 o'clock. And I am having contractions. They're picking up. They're about 3 to 4 minutes apart, but not bigger than a minute. So I can feel them in my back now, so another good sign that this could be real. Whether they're real or not, I still have to work my way through them. So I came outside, rounding into the earth, which has really helped me come down. Like I was going crazy inside and started to feel a little stir crazy. I was like vacuuming and doing the dishes, doing laundry, and then I was just like, I feel like I'm getting myself worked up. So I came out here and I sat down, and every time I get a contraction, I just try and close my eyes and like breathe through it and see where I feel it most in my body. And they're like anywhere from like 40 to 45 seconds long right now. It's weird. I feel good. I feel good out here. I know that they'll probably pick up in intensity once I actually enter, or if I actually enter active labor. But for right now, this is definitely doing the trick for me. I took off my shoes, put my feet in the ground, and my hands, and then I just breathe. And then in between, like it literally goes to nothing in between. In between, I feel totally fine. And so, it's my view right now. Oh, another one starting now. So I'm going to turn on my counter. So that one was 2 minutes, 52 seconds from the last one, and it lasted 41 seconds. So that's kind of like the common norm right now. I would film one, but I need to use my phone to track it so that I guess I don't really need to, but it's really not, it's not that interesting right now. I'll just close my eyes and breathe. When my stomach loosens up, I can feel him kicking, which is a really good sign. And I just have little chats with him in between. I'm like, all right, come on out. Come hang out if you want to, but if you don't want to, that's okay. If this is more false labor, I've gotten used to it. It hasn't been this intense though. I haven't had a false labor like this long and this legitimate. Most of it's been at nighttime, so I think this one might be real, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Either way, it's just kind of nice sitting out here. I'll update you guys when or if things pick up.
Lay
weeks actually. Yes, it has been. My son is here, Easton Keith. We named him Easton for, well, a couple of reasons. On my first date with my boyfriend, we got onto the topic of why I moved to this area, being that my sister was pregnant and was just about to have, or just had her baby. And we got onto the topic of kids in general and made a comment that he had his kid names picked out already. And I was like, no, you don't. Anyway, I asked him what they were, and one of the names was Easton. I didn't like the other name, but like I loved Easton. And then that made me talk about how a lot of my family is from the East Coast. And I've gone to the East Coast, Prince Edward Island, like most of my life growing up. And the meaning behind the name Easton is not just east facing town, but also the east is where the sun rises. So it's like the symbolism of a new day, the start of a new day, morning time. And it just, all of it kind of aligned. So that was where Easton came from. And I love that it was, in a weird way, it was like almost he was with us on our first date without really also not. And Keith is my papa's name, my grandfather's name, who passed away a couple of years back, but had a really big impact on me in my life. He's just an amazing man. So I wanted to honor my grandfather, or my papa, that's what we called him, by giving him his middle name. So settling in quite well. I am planning on doing a coffee talk where I explain the full birth story from start to finish. I know I gave some pieces of details in this vlog, enough details to kind of give you an idea, but I will do a full birth story via coffee talk so we can sit down with a coffee, chat about the whole story from start to finish. My healing and recovery has gone really well. Usually you tear your perineal, which is like downwards. I did get a small tear upwards, but because of that, my healing and recovery has been really, really good, and I was able to walk and move around quite easily and quite quickly. My hormones were all over the place, especially the first week or two. When my milk came in, I got engorged. There's been a lot, but like I said, I will update you guys all on that full story in the birth and delivery story time. I've never felt love like this before in my entire life. It's all consuming. Just the best. It's the best thing ever. He's sleeping beside me right now, and he's just the sweetest little guy. So check out the coffee talk. It'll be out in a couple of days, which will go through all of the details from start to finish, including healing, even just like afterwards, how that has been, recovery, all of the details as to, like the deeper details as to why we ended up going to the hospital and things like that, without sharing any of his health information. Other than that, thank you for joining this giant, huge life milestone with me. There have been so many over the years, but this one is like the craziest, the most fulfilling, the most like heart-wrenching for me. So thank you for all of your love and support throughout my pregnancy. And since having my delivery, having my baby, I've gotten so many messages of love and support from you guys too. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am elated. I am sleep deprived. I am sure I'll have to change this outfit today because I'm usually covered in milk or some sort of substance. And I am very happy. I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's definitely the most fulfilling thing I've ever felt in my entire life, the most loving thing I've ever felt in my entire life. And I'm gonna leave it there before I start getting super sappy and corny home. Alright guys, I will see you guys all in a fall vlog very soon. Love you guys all of the way to the moon and back.